Over the last 6 weeks, we searched all over Singapore for the best Bak Chor Mee, and here are the ratings. Across every series I have done, I think this series had the highest average standard. We have seen great noodles, amazing sauces, generous soups, and meticulous toppings. As such, that also brings the biggest moderation we have ever needed to make. I need to remind you that every name that you see here means that I have received tens of comments supporting the place. So while they may not be suited to my taste, there is no doubt that they serve great Bak Chor Mees. But this series is not called the Great Bak Chor Mee. I'm only concerned with the best one. I want the Bak Chor Mee with bouncy QQ noodles, sauced up with enough flavour to make you almost pass out, only to have a soothing quality healing soup bring you back. All the while having more funk than a jazz band in the background, with precisely cooked liver, carefully balanced vinegar, and crispy teepo, all added to the fray. Out of the 17 Bak Chor Mees that we have visited, which bowl best fits this description? There is but one way to find out. Today, we'll be revisiting the top 3 Bak Chor Mees back to back to back in order to find the best one. Welcome to the finale, let's get it guys.
Hello， 一个肉臭面干的米件啊，大的要辣，再来多一个鱼瓢汤大的，加蛋，来多少？啊？没有，我一定要还到完。鱼瓢汤，我一定要还到完。不可以，我老板不可以吃啊。
希望
啊，
吃了你喜欢
啊，不可以，我知道，我会喜欢的，我是需要还到完。谢谢你啊。改次啊，可以。
不要说话
啊，谢谢。We are back at St. Key at the best soup in the series. This would have been in contention for best soup with their little shikai of a soup here, but no. Today we went with the real deal. This fish maw soup that has allegedly a good quality yu piao, and you can kind of see it too with how tall it's standing. I also added an egg, and I'm not sure whether this is standard issue, but what is this? Hello? This can't be right? I also went with their big version today with mee kia. So, before we start today, I want to take a moment to express a little gratitude. So far this year, I have eaten $50 meals, $100 meals, $200, even $300. And I want to say, this is the truth right here. None of those expensive food excites me as much as what I have in front of me right now. And I don't think it's because I have a poor man's palate. Fine foods can be very educational and entertaining. But when you want to turn off your brain and bask in pure human satisfaction, nothing hits the spot quite like hawker food. It's the reason why you see the very rich and powerful still return to the hawker centers. So shout out to our hawkers. Thank you for continuing to provide this experience for us. We will not be able to afford a lot of the finer things in life, but at least we have the best food.
LJ, who's we? I'm doing pretty well in life, little bro.
Oh, sorry boss. Only me. Anyway, we have this egg yolk here, and I know just where to put it. This soup has aura, chat. I don't know how much we are talking about. Porkiness, making it creamy, tons of fish maw, and pretty good quality at that. There's quite a bit of texture going in. Sliced liver, sliced pork, pork lard, black fungus, meatball, minced meat, and the egg that I added. and the dry scallop forming the base. I praised that little bowl of soup so much the last time. This is the real deal. And all this is only a smaller weightage of the Bak Chor Mee dish. I shan't repeat the miss from the previous episode, but what I will say is that there is one new hit and miss. The hit being that they have kept the noodles relatively clean. So we talked about funk in Bak Chor Mee, right? They have kept the sour braised mushrooms at one side and the tipo served separately. So if you want any more of this funk, you can jump in between the cleaner noodles and the funk. And of course the soup. Not sure how intentional that is, but I think it's very refreshing because some of the funkier Bak Chor Mees that we have had, lump it all together. You can't split it out. And the new miss today is that the mee kia is not cooked as well. A little bit soft, not as cute as I would expect for mee kia. To be honest, this $23, I can barely finish. Whereas the same $23 at your nearest cafe will get you a coffee and 3 fries. I think I hit like 60% of my protein goal already. Alright, on to our next spot. And because it's the finale, that will be tomorrow for me. I don't want to be a little bit full going into it. I want to give everybody a best chance. So all the Bak Chor Mees will be my first meal of the day around the same time. It will be tomorrow for me, but you all will see it just about now.
One meatball 哎呀，米爆干大的，再来多一个全猪肝干的
14块半
，14块半。
到25。
来
好，放好了。
，Thank you, thank you，谢谢。We are now at 金喜来 back at Veerasamy. A couple of things. I only wanted one Mui Siong in the top 3. And personally, I don't think between Rongfa and Jing Xilai there's too much of a difference. I chose Jing Xilai just because. I think you can go to whichever is more convenient for you. And the second thing is, I bought their big version, the 751, but the noodles are the same portion. So I should have went for 加面. But fortunately, big means that you get a big bowl of soup and more importantly, the signature Mui Siong thick cut liver. And on top of that, I got this beautiful looking pork liver dry. So this is their signature pork liver mixed with the Bak Chor Mee sauce, which is really reminiscent of Hong Yu Cao Zhou, with some cabbage and some crispy lard. It was so fascinating seeing him cook this. He blanches the liver for like 2 seconds just to firm up the outside, I believe. And then he puts it separately in another bowl, adds hot water into it. So I reckon the temperature should be about 70 plus 80 degrees. Lets them sit there for like 20 seconds. And then he puts it back into the rolling boil for I want to say like 23-25 seconds. He's seemingly trying to use the ladle to gauge the doneness. And then he mixes it with the sauce. Very interesting. I want to try this technique. But now's not the time to think about that. Let's get it. This guy's temperature control is insane. Both the soup and the dry one shade of pink. Not just the liver, the pork slices, the minced meat. This is perfect doneness. The soup is especially interesting. I take some time with the B-roll, right? But why does the doneness remain in hot soup? I suspect before he serves the soup, he moderates the temperature a little bit. So even with the carryover heat, it will not overcook. Cause I did notice that compared to our previous place, this soup is not as hot. It might also be because of the density, but I want to think there's some sort of control here. The dry liver also on the money, so good with this seasoning. If I do it again, I'll add more too. The flavor of liver goes so well with acidity. And I definitely will get more bai cai. The bai cai works so well in this dish. Even liver lovers will tell you that the flavor can get a bit much, especially when you're taking on a whole bowl. The Chinese cabbage is the perfect answer to it. I actually want a whole bowl of bai cai to go with this liver.
if this was the best liver series, I might consider the 4 plates. This liver is not like what you have eaten before. If you say you hate liver, if you say you don't do tegua, give it one more chance. If you don't like this, you for sure don't like liver. Because this tastes exactly like why one would like liver. As for the rest of the dish, not gonna repeat myself, I was considering giving this place best noodle. I was very impressed with the texture of the mee po the last time. Today's one is a little off, but still very good. As such, I will give Jing Silai best topping. I know topping means a lot of different things to different people, but since it's my opinion, Bak Chor Mee is not Bak Chor Mee without pork liver. And I also take this chance to give Fan Ji best noodle. A bit ridiculous that best noodle doesn't even make it to top 3, but I hope you all can see why. Bro, the level. This will be the first ever series where all 3 are in contention to win best Bak Chor Mee. Because you already know where we'll be going next. Literally no other stall has a queue at this hour. Even Tian Tian doesn't have a queue. Okay, can you see the queue already? $10块的加面加蛋吃的米酱。Thank you. Thank you. We are now at Maxwell at Hock Lai Seng. The queue didn't take me too long actually. I think it was like 25 minutes. Maybe I got lucky that everybody had a small order. But anyway, today we went with their $10 version with more noodles and more egg, coming up to 12. And that gives us about 50% more noodles, I want to say. But more importantly, adds a nice egg yolk to our soup. So now our soup has a creamy yellow hue. And 2 prawns. But one missed already. They didn't have spoon. Only have plastic spoon left. Hey, finale, everything also have to count already. Let's get it. Masterclass. These 2 dishes are so good on its own, but together it forms like this yin and yang cycle. You overload yourself with flavor on the noodles and then you quench it with the soup. Not to say that the soup doesn't have flavor, it has plenty, but the sweeter, milder profile does so well to encourage your appetite again. The noodles are saucier today, much closer to what we had at Arthur. If I had the noodles today in a blind taste test, I would say they are from Arthur. A bit stronger on the acidity, the ketchup a bit more obvious. And perhaps because it's mee kia where the surface areas is small, such that you cling onto more sauce with each bite. Cause let's say in one scoop you can get 4 to 5 mee po strands, right? You can only get the outside. With mee kia you can get 10 to 15. And if you add all the outside, you have more sauce. And don't need to explain until like that, you can see, right? How much sauce is there per noodle. So I prefer the noodle the previous time. And I'm not sure if this is a safe place to say this, but Bak Chor Mee, mee po better. Ramen school of thought is heavier flavor profile, thicker noodles. And I feel that it applies here. When you have such strong flavors, right, having the bigger bite of mee po, right, is better in my opinion. And then we move on to what's different in the soup today. A very strong prawn flavor. And it's not because of that one additional prawn that's added in. I don't know whether the prawn heads they are using today is of better quality or more in their soup base, but you actually taste prawn amongst a lot of other stuff. And also more recently today, the egg yolk. This soup it has so much going on that it feels like you are having a hot pot on your own. But the main thing that stands out in today's soup, right, is how despite how much flavor it has, it is so low funk. We talked about this earlier in the series about how the difference between Bak Chor Mee and fishball noodles is the level of funk. Here it is very clearly a Bak Chor Mee, but the funk is kept so controlled. Things like the liver have been treated, you can see how tender it is, and yet it is very clean. If you scoop it up with the other ingredients, you might just miss it. You're way more likely to detect the garlic. And other main contributors of funk like black vinegar, it is so tame in the noodles that I'm not sure if it's black vinegar. The acidity is not expressed so much in the funky smell, but rather like in a sweet tomatoey sense. The dish as a whole is so inoffensive. I would say it is the safest recommendation to give. if you need to recommend a Bak Chor Mee to tourists and local alike. But I'm not here for the safest recommendation. I'm here to choose one over the other. I don't know. This is without a doubt the hardest winner I had to choose across every series I've ever done. So give me some time. I'll let you all know the results in a while.
The best Bak Chor Mee is Senki Ma. No. Wait. Give me a moment. Senki has the best soup, undoubtedly. A lot of you have asked about the soup Bak Chor Mee with regards to this series. I did a members episode on that, and I'll say that Senki has the best soup Bak Chor Mee, hands down. I don't think I need to go around the island to call this. But in the dry Bak Chor Mee, the soup has a much smaller weightage. It is there for the noodles to bounce off, to extend the flavors while offering its own. Okay, I got it. The best Bak Chor Mee is Hock Lai Seng. Stop. I'm almost confident that Hock Lai Seng is the right answer. Compare it with the others with a sample size of 100 people, it will come out on top. Tons of different flavors, nothing offensive, so easy to eat, so much value. But it's not my answer. My favorite Bak Chor Mee is Siong. The funk is why I eat this dish. This deep flavor you can only get by stepping on the line between deliciousness and disgust, repeatedly, and yet never ever crossing it. Taking an off-cut and turning it to gold mirrors the brilliance of our hawker culture. I said it once, I'll say it 1,000 times. I'm not an authority in Bak Chor Mee or food in general. My approval does not matter. I'm here to feature the best Bak Chor Mees in the country and to guide you to the Bak Chor Mee best suited to your taste. I really hope I have done that with these videos because Bak Chor Mee really very nice. And that's all I have for you guys this series. All of the details will be in the Google spreadsheet as usual, link in the video description. We have time for one last series this year and it will be prawn noodles. So please let me know your favorite prawn mee spots, even the ones in Penang. And also let me know whether I should do dry or soup. But for now, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!
Together